Students, today we will learn a new topic for class 8 students. So today's topic is migration. So in the previous chapter, that is the second chapter of your book, you learned about population, different components of population. There you have learned little bit about migration. Now in this chapter we will learn about migration in detail. So, human migration is the movement by people from one place to another with the intention of settling permanently in the new location. This movement of people can affect economic structures, population densities, culture, and politics. Okay, the temporary movement of people for the purpose of travel, tourism, pilgrimage, as well as daily commute is not regarded as migration. In the absence of an intention to live or settle in the visited places, okay, that is not migration. So then what is migration? There are two types of migration or migrants. One is immigrants, another one is immigrants. I think you already learned about it. Let me tell you all again. The people who move out of a country are called immigrants, while people who come to live in another country are called immigrants. Okay. Next, we will learn about the types of migration. So, there are three types of migration. As you can see, voluntary, forced, and reluctant. So, one by one, I will explain. First is the forced migration is a negative form of migration often caused by exploitation. Okay, now the largest and the most devastating forced migration in human history was the African slave trade, which carried 12 to 30 million Africans from their homes and transported them to various parts of North America, Latin America, and the Middle East. This is a biggest example of forced migration. Then next is reluctant migration, which is a form of migration in which individuals are not forced to move but do so because of an unfavorable situations at their current location. For example, after the calamity or disaster that is caused by the hurricane Katrina, many people with their homes many people decided to either move further from the coast or out of state with their homes destroyed, the state's economy in ruin, and sea levels continuing to rise. Many people reluctantly left. So this migration is mainly formed when there is any natural disaster or calamity where people forced to leave their home country. Next, the third one is voluntary migration. So it is the migration based on one's free will or initiative. So here people move at their own choice. So people move for a variety of reasons. It involves mainly better standard of living. Okay. Now in the year 2000, here is one data I am sharing, that is in the year 2010, the total number of immigrants were 215.8 million, or 3.2% of world's population. In 2013, the percentage of international migrants worldwide increased, okay, not decreased, increased by 33%, with 59% of migrants going to developed origin. In this context, we will learn about two types of countries in terms of the migration or the movement of people concerned, that is destination countries and countries of origin. So remember, destination countries attract people from all over the world to go to their place and settle. So in this list, countries are United States, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Canada, UK, Spain, France, Australia, and India. Okay, and countries of origin means from these countries people are moving towards the destination countries or developed countries. So countries of origin mainly third world countries or second world countries. Okay, for example, Mexico, India, Russia, China, Ukraine, Bangladesh, um, then UK, Philippines, and Turkey. So now we will learn about the reasons of migration. Okay, so there are many theories which explain migration patterns of people. The most common reason for migration, whether international or domestic, is economic. Okay, economic stability, mainly job and other opportunities. Okay, globalization has increased the demand for workers from other countries in order to sustain national incomes, known as economic migrants. So these individuals are